It's a whole new world out there, and Macedon intends to dominate it. But domination comes with consolidation, so it's imperative to strike the Greek peninsula before stretching our influence from sea to sea. With 34,000 men-at-arms, we strike our neighbors swiftly, first attacking the Epirus-Talantia alliance. After their annexation, we strike south, occupying many cities and pushing further towards Sparta. But it's a race against time. As more time passes, Phrygia, an empire to the east, exerts influence over more and more Greek city-states. Their empire, for the moment, is much stronger than we are, so our objective remains to conquer as much as possible without interfering in their affairs. We continue conquering, and with much of the Greek peninsula consolidated, our ambition rises to new heights. Phrygia has now been weakened through internal revolts and war. If we are to solidify our gains in Greece, we must declare. And so we do. We rampage through the southern Greek states, seizing Athens and navally invading Ionia, and even navally invading Phrygia itself. At the end of the war, we take almost all of Phrygia's Greek holdings and annex part of their mainland. From here, only a few city-states were left to seize. I also decided to move into Crete with the intention of securing the islands around our portion of the Mediterranean. I did so swiftly and successfully. After these wars, our position in Greece was finally absolute. Due to the recent warring, a long period of peace was followed by these annexations. Manpower recovered, aggressive expansion slowly reduced. But then came the new age of Macedon. With Greece secured, I could now choose where to expand. Our main decision was whether to move north or east. After considering the diplomatic entanglements of heading east, I chose to move against our northern neighbors. Once again, war was declared against many of the smaller city-states who allied in defensive pacts against me. We pushed and pushed at the cost of many men, but slowly continued our annexations. But just as we reached new heights of power, a coalition of northern states declared war on me with the show superiority casus belli. I rushed my men to meet theirs and completely crushed their armies. I decided to make an example out of these nations, warning all other worldly powers to keep away from my mighty Macedon. All of my enemies were annexed. From here, Rome and I were locked in a battle for superpower status. Macedon remained in first place, but Rome was quickly catching up, and the difference was marginal. I had to make my next move. Luckily, Egypt, a former superpower, had broken their previously held alliance with me, due to their desire to bring war to my nation. But I had African ambitions of my own. To gain a foothold in Africa for positioning my troops against Egypt, I declared war on an African minor. I annexed them and continued to expand into the minor city-states north of my mainland. By now, the Egyptian pharaoh had passed and Egypt was plunged into anarchy. They were in the midst of a civil war, and I took complete advantage of it. I declared on the revolting Egyptian faction whose territory linked with mine at my African border. I swiftly occupied their lands as they fought against their own brothers and sisters at the Nile, and annexed what was previously the entire western half of the Egyptian empire. These annexations solidified my position as the world superpower, and I was a healthy 20% more powerful than Rome. And so, 100 years after our empire's dawn, we achieved our place in the history books. Macedon, the world's greatest superpower, would dominate for years to come. I want to give a super special thank you to Paradox for providing me with an early access code to Imperator Rome so I can make this video for you. This playthrough was over 6 hours of gameplay footage, meaning it's quite difficult to tell the entire story of a nation in one episode. If you'd like to see me continue playing as Macedon, please let me know in the comments below. If you have any other suggestions, also let me know. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.